We're gonna be loud, but not that loud, okay? Not that loud. Okay? Here we go.
Days go by, get out and see the world. Days go by, get out and see the world with your own eyes.
Well, my name is Tony piano, and today we're going to be taking a listen to See the World by Dennen, which is the song that I selected for the first edition of the Sunday reCHORDit. When I ask my 7-year-old daughter what she hears when I play a song, she doesn't say, I hear a 4-chord going to a 1-chord. She'll tell me, I hear a pretty guitar and a shaker. So the idea is you don't have to be picking out notes and chords. That's kind of the hard stuff. That comes later. Through active listening, you can really be picking out just the instrumentation, what instrument is offering the heartbeat. You can just listen to the lyrics and think about what is your favorite lyric and what it makes you think about and share that. So there's so many different things that it gives everybody an opportunity to share at whatever level they're at in the moment. So before I play the song, in the upper right-hand corner, I have this reCHORDit, which gives us some information about things that we're going to hear in the song, whether we're aware of it or not. The main things are the landscape, which we're in the key of C major, which is all the white keys. The tempo is about 90 BPM. Time signature, if I were to write this in standard notation, would be 4/4. And the basics is the diatonic chords, the diatonic triads that are present in the song. So this song is using 4 chords. It's the 3 primary chords, 1, 4, and 5, and the most popular secondary chord, which is our 6th chord. That 6th chord can also be played as a minor 7, and with those primary chords, you can play around with different suspensions and add 9s to add a little bit more variety. All right, so as not to draw this out for too long, I'm going to go ahead and share my notes and just point out some of the things that really stood out to me and share a little bit about how I hear music. Again, it's not always about the notes and the chords. I really want to connect to the lyrics, the storyline, just tap into the emotional response and figure out really what is it that makes me love the song. And once I really understand that storyline and how it makes me feel, then when I figure out the chords, it's almost like, yeah, of course it was those chords. It couldn't have been any other choice. Like, this is exactly what it needed to be. So here in the beginning, in the intro, I think what's really cool is there's just 2 instruments. It just feels like a brand new day starting. You've got the shaker providing the heartbeat of the song and an acoustic guitar with 2 layers. The verse comes in and that acoustic guitar just ducks out, and this Wurlitzer, this electric piano, comes in to provide this soft canvas for the vocals. Now, the guitar ducks out to make room for the vocals to kind of shine the spotlight there, but it doesn't go for long because it comes in and it's kind of doing this trade where you get a little bit of the storyline followed by a little bit of the guitar. So let's just take a listen to a couple of those things. Here's the shaker. Now you'll hear the guitar duck out.
Where you going, my brown-eyed son?
And then the return there. Halfway through the verse, the bass and drums come in. And there's a lot of lyrics I like in this song. A few people mentioned this one, you don't have to be rich to get around. There are mansions growing out of the ground. That's one of the ones I like. It's not my favorite, but it's one that I do really like. What I do want to point out is in the chorus, an electric guitar enters in, and it kind of amplifies the heartbeat. Now, the heartbeat, which was previously provided by the shaker, it kind of gets buried in the mix once all these instruments come in. So this electric guitar is really kind of amplifying that, right? Because otherwise it kind of goes unnoticed, right? Sometimes you don't always notice the heartbeat, but it's keeping the song moving forward. We also get this really cool synth line happening here. So we'll take a listen to this, see if you can hear this electric guitar come in. And this is the hook of the song, right? Days go by, get out and see the world, which gets repeated.
Days go by, get out and see the world with your own eyes.
And there it is. There's the extension, right? It's like, get out and see the world with your own eyes, right? Make sure, there's a lot we can experience through the screens, but it's nothing like being there. Now, when we get into verse 2, what's really cool is everyone stays in, right? It's like the build up to the chorus, but then that energy keeps going through verse 2. And it's really like we're moving. And we hear this new layer. There's a new electric guitar kind of coming in and playing just on top of the Wurlitzer. It's like the Wurlitzer is providing that canvas still.
Now the journey took you far from home. pushed you out of your comfort
And here comes my favorite lyric.
There are kids out there with war paint on and hearts break like crayons.
I just think it's a really clever lyric. It's a nice way of saying it. I kind of experienced this, I feel like, in my own home a little bit with my children. I've got a warrior and I've got a really sensitive kid too. So it takes a lot of understanding to kind of work together and peacefully stay peaceful in that situation. When you've got a warrior and a sensitive kid, you know, it's like you got to figure it out, right? We're all here together. Now the song kind of continues, and we've got a new melody that comes in. The chorus gets repeated, and then when we get to verse 3, what's nice is kind of coming out of there, the drums and bass kind of cut out for a moment, but then they come back in, but it's dialed back a little bit, right? So here's the end of this second verse here.
Get out and see the world with your own eyes.
You'll hear him drop out here,
It's hard to see what you're going through.
and they return, right?
Just no one can beat up on you.
This Wurlitzer becomes a lot more active and playful.
You'll spend some time in the waiting place, and the purest things may leave no trace. Go up the mountain.
Now right there, that little effect there, it comes right after the lyric, the purest things may leave no trace. It almost just feels like they're clearing the board there. When my daughter listened to it, she was like, it almost sounded like you were changing the song, right? And it's just interesting how these things come in because, again, the song was written, and when it goes into production, they think about all of these things, like how can we really make this story come alive without any visuals, right? Another one of my favorite lyrics here is, I've gathered sunsets in my prime, now I'm planting trees I'll never climb. And, you know, it's just it's collecting the experiences and then the give back, right? And he talked about that in some of one of the videos that we shared, how his dad had taught him from a very young age, it's not about what you have, it's about what you give, and you got to be sharing and giving back. So in this final chorus, what I love is it's like, especially when we get to this extended chorus, it's just a party. I mean, everything's included here. All of the lines, the synth lines are kind of coming back in. And so we can go back to that song. It's just like, it feels like the party, right? It's like, welcome to the chorus. And this song, which has gone through this cycle, what we notice is at the very end, it's going to end on a 4 chord, which it's like a to be continued, right? 4 chord, I always like to say the 4 chord is like the rest stop. It's like you've got 1 is your home, 4 is your rest stop, 5 is your vacation destination, 5 wants to pull back to 1. And 4 is just this kind of place that it feels very restful, but you're not home yet. You know, so it's kind of like the story keeps going on. So anyway, this is the song that I really enjoyed listening to this week. We're going to pick a new one and release that for tomorrow. If you're welcome to keep the discussion going on this one, and hope everyone enjoys the starting up with the next one tomorrow. We'll see you soon.